Alrighty, TAKful Creator here. Let's get started. May God, the Creator, bless us. May God, the Redeemer, heal us. May God, the Holy Spirit, enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, earnesty, and grace watch over us and lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. Okay, so far, we can tell, like, the energy here. We already have some Aries Scorpio that is being shown, and it is not trustworthy. This energy, and just know, like, this energy is not trustworthy, but, like, they're welcomed guests. So let's figure out why. Okay, so didn't really get any messages from this pile so far. Trying something new with how I'm gauging the energy of the cards. And I say trying, and because I definitely I've been doing this for a while, so it's not really trying. I've incorporated it into my scheme and seeing how it works out with different messages, because trying is failing. So words are magic, so be wary of the words that you say in regards to your own endeavors. Some Hertz frequencies. Yeah, let's play some music. Let's do that. Get some airiness going. Alright, so we have a Friday night gone wrong. So be wary. You might need some Virgo Gemini energy for this Friday night that's coming. And here we go again with the Virgo energy. Someone needs to cut it with the mind games. Most likely a Pisces energy that needs to cut it with the mind games. Or a Pisces Aquarius cusp. That's what I'm gauging. I'm not really getting Pisces and Aries. I'm getting Aries by itself. Here we have Leo. Okay, so there's something's at the forefront, right? Because Leos are usually the head of the pack. They're usually wanting to be the leader or wanting to be the face. So there's a point here of needing to get ahead of something. Okay, using Leo energy to be the face so that other people can't, I don't know, steal your shine, or other people can't, like, maneuver in on your own territory. Because there's, like, and why? Because there's some enemy that is in your direct line. Okay, so this could mean your family unit, this could mean your friends, this could mean your business partners, or your work relationships, because of some criminal or crime that they're going to commit. Not necessarily having to do anything with, like, a chosen one, but the criminal crime that they're going to commit against you, right? So be aware. And we have this girl Taurus energy. Okay, so we have a girl that is copying a Taurus, right? Because we have a girl copycat energy in Taurus. Or, this Taurus is a girl and someone is copying them. Okay, I want to know more about this, because this is synonymous with the enemy and the criminal. So the copycat could be, and this is a youthful woman under 40, right? Signaling with this girl, a youthful woman under 40, who is a Taurus or is in Taurus energy. They're playing mind games. Let's see. Is this a Taurus that we're talking about? No, but they're playing in Taurus energy, and they're not a Taurus. Okay, so that's why it's in the reverse. So there's a youthful woman that's under 40 that is a copycat to a Taurus. Okay, not sure if you can see that here, right? And we have the girl under it so that we can highlight that this this copycat energy is not really mature in any sense. So we have under 40, so we're noting her age, she's pretty youthful, but then we're also noting her mindset and her behavioral patterns are also youthful. Okay, why? Because she is an enemy to this Taurus by being the copycat. And for you to walk around having any enemies where you're the one inflicting the negativity is usually an immature or karmic stance. Okay, so the enemy, why? For one, she wants to commit a crime against this Taurus. So obviously you'll be an enemy, creating drama and issues. But crime, now there's some kind of legality here. So the Popo hasn't yet been involved. However, with this crime, this is what's the next stages, what's along the path here. Okay, so this Taurus doesn't really have much to worry about, but this youthful, immature energy that is copying the Taurus, either her physical signature, her business signature, her personal signature, or just copying her energetic signature, right? Could be going to readings and figuring out what this Taurus's life path will be like, and then in their own weird way attempting to walk down that path to receive the glory at the end. But the path wasn't destined for this copycat energy, it was destined for the Taurus. So we can put this Taurus in the upright because we don't want to give the air that the Taurus is a karmic. Okay, so let's get the cards out. So we have two energies here, and we're not noting what the sun sign of the copycat energy is. We just know the copycat energy is a karmic. So we're going to put this comet card out for this copycat energy. And then we know that this Taurus energy is the star right now, because they would have to be the star for someone to want to copy them in this way, right? You know, 2 and 2 equals 4 here. So then we have the star. Oh no. Exactly. The copycat wanting to be the star, but it is not the venture for the copycat. So we're going to put the star over here, away from the copycat, so they can realize that. And I think that's the biggest issue here. This immature energy doesn't realize that they're copying the real energy, right? They're putting on the guise that they're the star, and then they're believing it. Like, they're tricking their own mind state, their own psyche. Like, it's a part of me wants to say it's amazing for, you know, for someone to be able to brainwash themselves in this sense, because just imagine what other things you can convince yourself of, you know, for you to manifest in life or for you to do in life. Like, in a positive sense, it's a superpower, but in the negative sense, sheesh, like, give it a break. Give it a break. What do we have here? So we talked about a Friday night gone wrong. So this is just talking about or reiterating that something's happening on a Friday. An earlier mid-Friday, someone would need to seek truth, because the chaos or whatever that's going to unfold will happen Friday night. It is currently Wednesday. So, you know, there's a few days into that, or it can be previous weeks. It can be later on down the line, weeks to come. But what I'm getting is, it's going to seem like a regular schmegular Friday, and then the tables will turn. So while these tables are turning, don't necessarily be emotionally enthralled. Don't be emotionally vexed. Don't let your emotions bubble out. Okay? The whole point of you seeing the shift in energy is so that you can either ask your guides or ask the universe, because they'll show you animals, or a certain music will play on the radio, or certain people will say random things walking by you, for you to understand what you're about to embark on Friday evening. Okay? And this is going to lead into an early Tuesday. Okay? Or this has everything to do with the shift in energy you felt on an early Tuesday. So like I said, today's Wednesday. So yesterday, if you felt a shift, yep, confirmation with all that in the background. If you felt a shift yesterday, just know that early mid-Friday, you're going to have like a deja vu moment where you're going to feel that energy again, and then that's going to be the indicator that something's about to go down. Seek truth. Okay, so you have a time frame from Friday to Tuesday or Tuesday to Friday where we would need to understand more of the general energy. So let's get into that. Why would we need to understand more of the general energy? Because of the crime that this copy Kate. So maybe there's someone here that's named Kate. This copycat energy is cooking up. Okay, so signs are really prominent right now. Where the reason why I say that is because we have a Virgo with arrested, and I believe that follows the theme of beware of an enemy because of a criminal crime, misdemeanor, whatever, but it's just criminal. It hasn't been labeled yet. This is in the beginning stages. Like, just know that the end result is Virgo energy, perfectionism. There's going to be some kind of arrest. Why? Because that is what the rule book says, regardless of the situation, regardless of how people feel about it, what really went down. In order for people to even figure out what went down, an arrest has to happen. Okay, so that is this Virgo energy. Not really Libra, not really justice, but upright. We're going to move in the moralistic way, even if it condemns us, type of thing. So we can see whether or not that is for this Virgo energy. Is it for the Taurus? No, it's for the copycat. Okay, so the copycat would be getting arrested. Okay, because of the Taurus's Virgo energy. Got you. Okay, so what this means is this Taurus in a divine light. Okay, so that's why they're named the earthly angel here, because they move in a divine light, which means that you can weigh the pros and cons of why they chose the decisions that they made, and it would be more pros than cons with anything, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so they're moving in this Virgo light, this perfectionist light, right? Because again, we said with the Taurus, the pros and cons. Yes, it's fundamental, it's rooted, which means that it is to bring potential life, like when you root like a plant and have vegetation, or it is to create, it is to bring life, right? So that's the Taurus energy here. And in order for you to do that, you kind of have to move in a way that has kind of like a rule book. And so that's where the Virgo energy, is highlighted here. So they're moving with the rule book. Yes, they can be compassionate and empathetic. Yes, they can see like, well, in order for the plant to grow the most, we may have to do something that a plant doesn't need, right? So like close our petals to not receive sunlight right now, and we'll receive sunlight tomorrow. That's what the Taurus energy is like. But being in this Virgo is like, no, whether or not we want to, we are going to receive light every single day as a plant. We're not worrying about how it's really going to affect the overall growth of this plant. No, we're going to pay attention to the rule book, and the rule book says that either way, this is what needs to happen. Because this Taurus can also move in a Libra light, right? Which would be more fair and judicial. It's weighing the pros and cons, not of their own situation, but weighing the pros and cons of everyone's situation involved and tailoring to that. In this Virgo light, they're only weighing the pros and cons of their own situation. So how is this affecting them? And not to say that's wrong. It's not wrong at all. That's the way to move, especially if you have a karmic attaching to you. That's the way to move. However, we have to be weary because we have this Aries that's floating around. Okay, this very fiery energy that can be with you one way and then flip and be with you another way. But in both ways, it's very fiery. Okay, so are we saying that both energies have the fire? Okay, I definitely was getting that. So what they have in common is that although the Taurus is an earthly angel, although they are energetically chosen, energetically divine, they're of a higher frequency, it doesn't mean that they don't tap into this fiery Aries forthright energy. Okay? Like, they're going to tell you what needs to happen, but they're not going to do it in just a nice, calm way. They're going to do it in a way that's robust and may be aggressive. It may be like in your face. It may be angry. May be rage filled. But it is Virgo. It's upright. It's moral. It's just. Okay, it just doesn't seem that way because of the delivery. Libra is a very airy sign. So while they're issuing their due diligence, right, and that would be weighing the pros and cons and coming up with a verdict, being balanced in their judgment. While Libras are very airy and they're able to do this without being too fixed, right? Without being too attached to one side of the story. That's where the balance is. They're not too attached. This Virgo energy is attached. It's rooted. Okay? And it's rooted in a way that, for one, it's fixed, but it's fixed in a passionate way. It's not fixed and it's like, cross my arms, I'm gonna be stubborn, I'm not listening to you. That's kind of Taurus in its low vibrational light. But in a high vibrational light, that stubbornness is tenacity, right? So you are expressing yourself boldly, confidently, but also with a lot of gusto and a lot of energy attached to it, where other people may view it as argumentative or angry if they're not equipped to handle that type of energy. Okay? So while this Taurus is able to utilize this airy fieriness to be this Virgo, right, morally upright and doing what the judicial system suggests, we have this youthful, immature energy over here, this copycat energy, that is using the same fieriness because they see the Taurus do it, but the words don't really make full sense. The passion behind it doesn't match the words or the mannerisms attached to the person. So like, you can hear them yelling, but then their face doesn't look like it's yelling, or you hear them being calm, cool, and collected, right? But it's like you feel anxiety, you feel like tension, and you're wondering what that tension is, and it's the subconscious energy of this woman, right? And mind you, they're older because that's where we got the woman card. Yes, we have the girl over here, but it's stipulating like this is a person of legal age where they have responsibilities. So much so that in order for them to handle their responsibilities, they have to commit some kind of crime against an energy that they can see, I guess, is one to be role modeled, to be modeled after, because they're like a role model. That's what I mean, right? So we talked about Tuesday into Friday, or Friday into Tuesday, right? That kind of transition around the weekly, and I hate to say weekly because, again, words are magic, but around the cycle of the day-to-day, the 7 day-to-day process. We have something happening on an evening night, Monday night, right? And this will be transitioning into that early Tuesday. Okay, so beware around the time frame. I'm getting 11 p.m. to about 2 a.m. I would suggest, be asleep around that time. That's when the way the tides are moving it's contingent with the way the water in your body is shifting. So digestion, circulation is at an all-time high between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. So if you wanted your body to heal, if you wanted your body to fully rest throughout the night, make sure that your sleep has you in REM, the REM sleep, between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. at least. Okay? This way you can utilize the most from all the food that you've had, all the exercise that you've had, and your body is able to readjust and heal in the most proper way it possibly can. That after your body does all of that, that's where you tap into true rest. Okay, so anyway, something's happening from that Monday night into the Tuesday, and it's going to be cheaply made. Whatever idea, whatever that was planned, it's not a good one. Okay, it's going to get you low-key tight. It's going to have people slowly falling out of love. With a I want to say falling out of love with a trash bag, because there's a reader. Kev, man, listen. The way you express things is just so awesome. I know. I know you energetically feel me, man. You have to, because for me to be able to tap into your energy, like, yeah, it has to be a conference, right? So maybe this reading is also for you. If it's not, I just appreciate your guidance with your readings. Like, trash bag. Like, it's like your readings, the way you express yourself is so unique that, let's say you were like, oh, this reading may not happen today, may happen in the future. Well, if it's like 2 or 3 months down the line, and let's say the experience is happening, like, your colloquialisms, the way you say things would just like pop up in my mind. It would be just like, hey, remember this reading, go back to this reading. And it's perfect. Trash bag. I can't say it the way that you say it, but man, listen. Okay, something about a convertible top. Okay, and an instant death. Gypsy energy. Stargazing with someone's social media. So someone's looking through people's the copycat's looking through the Taurus's social media and seeing how they operate in life, how they show up, and then also identifying how other people that are on the page on the pages in the pictures or whatever are responding to this Taurus, right? And the ones that they favored, that's the action they do. Like, you can understand this copycat because how they show up, you will be able to go back to their picture. Just like, go back to the reading, you will be able to go right back to their picture and be like, no, this was like somebody else on April 3rd, 2023. I'm gonna just throw that out there. So if something happens on April 3rd, 2023, come back to this reading, all right? And I just coining it now. Like, give me my props. Appreciate you. All right, but just know that maybe on that date some self-defense is going to happen. But I'm pretty sure that the self-defense is having to do between a Monday into Tuesday or early mid-Friday into a disaster Friday night. Okay, but don't worry, there's going to be a huge turnaround. Yay! I know whose energy that is. Sheesh. Let me get out of that, because I'm pretty sure she is in line more with this karmic energy, this copycat energy, because that's how she likes to show up, like a copycat. But I'm going to leave that alone, because that's not my burden to bear. But there's going to be a huge turnaround with a caregiver of children, okay, because of some kind of cancel culture. And it's going to be clean. You're going to end up being a fan. Even though anime is written on the card, I'm getting fan, the F-A-N here. But it's going to be costly. It's going to be costly. All right, so boom. There's going to be a great turnaround because someone is going to a spiritual guru or a spiritual teacher or guide, and they're going to invest in being spiritually protected, right? Cloaked up in the 5D. But it's cheaply made, right? Because they're harnessing this moonlight energy in order to truly cleanse. But what are they doing? They're cleansing the energy of the Taurus. Why? Because they're showing up as a copycat. So they're going to the spiritual guru saying like, oh, they're being, this karmic is being attacked. They're being attacked. They need to be cloaked. They need to be protected in the spiritual realm. How do they go about doing that? So then the spiritual advisor is like, okay, well, they can do this, that, and a third for a certain price. This person comes up with the money, pays the individual, but doesn't see anything changing in their life. But the spiritual leader is like, it worked. On their end, they see the proof. It worked. Whatever they have as an indicator shows that, you know, the energy was sent out. They're cloaked. Everything's fine. Not realizing that the copycat, it gave the energy of the Taurus to the spiritual leader. So the spiritual leader protected the Taurus's energy. The Taurus is now cloaked up even more in the 5D, and protected even more in the 3D from whatever dangers or energies that are conjured up. Why? All thanks to this copycat energy. I'm sensing that the professor realized that this was a whole joke, that the energy they showed up in the reading did not attach to the person that was in front of them. And so they did what was responsible as a spiritual guru. They protected the chosen energy. And still received the finances for, you know, it, even though the chosen energy wasn't there, they received the finances by what? Gaming on this copycat energy. And by them gaming on it, they created, instead of seeing a little joke, they created an entire show of hilariousness. Why? Because in this crime where this copycat will be arrested, it's not just, oh, you know, you're going to be detained for a bit while we figure things out. No. They're going to jail. They're going to have an arraignment and everything. They're going to need some courage. They're going to need to be courage the cowardly dog out here, because the justice system really is not even going to be balanced here. They're just going to move in the light of the chosen energy and lock the copycat energy up. They do not care. They don't want to see the evidence. They understand the storyline before, energetically, spiritually. They had dreams and everything about it up until this point. They already knew the verdict that they needed to give and what side that they were on. They just needed the copycat to be ready to go to jail. And now, on this early mid-Friday, the copycat made the decision to seek a little bit more truth than they needed, and prepare for jail that early Tuesday. Okay? So, this reverse Pisces in this bathroom energy and police, yeah, you're gonna need a clean. You really gonna need a clean. Clear out. All right, cause things are not looking very, very hot for you. But I don't think there's anything else we need to know there. Let's verify. Do we need to know anything else here? No. The message is very much across. All right, so I'll see you soon. Until the next, good luck. Good luck.